Okay, I'm going to combine the Ivyt 102, that's the semester 102, and your 80N and 08N classes. So it's IVY 120, semester is fall, so that's 102, and that's 08N and 80N. All right, a couple of points real fast. There's been considerable improvement in the writing. Way to go. The grades are coming up. That's even better. Many of you have gone from wherever you were, some F's to D's, some D's to C's, some C's to B's. Way to go. Primarily, the thing that is inhibiting many of you on grades is failure to turn in one or more of the reflection papers. Now, it's entirely possible that through a whole bunch of technical things, we do not give you credit for a paper you think you've turned in. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One, it wasn't addressed properly. Two, it was addressed properly, but it got in the wrong file here. Any number of things could have happened. Also, we run into problems from time to time on making sure we print everything that comes in so that it can be graded. So here's the deal. If you see on the grade sheet that there's a 0 there for an assignment, for now, this is not going to be an entire semester thing, but for now, get me that assignment immediately, and especially if you've already done it, just send it to me again, and I will grade it, get the grade in there, and next time you see the grades posted, it should be there. If it's not there after you've sent it to me, then you need to call me. Don't write me, call me, so that we can look at the same time and see where you think it is on your information and where I have or do not have that same message. That's going to be crucial so that we get into finding out where the problems may lie. So take a look. If there's a 0 there for an assignment, send it to me. As I've said on a number of occasions on the exams, we're not going to worry about those too much right now. Make sure you stay up with the rest of them. But they're roughly 2 points per exam in your final grade, and we'll take a look near the end of the semester, and if it's going to make a difference, we'll open them up for some of you who missed them to now. We're not going to do this from this point on, because by now you ought to know you have to take the exams. All right. Make sure that on every page of every paper that you send me, you have your name, the class name and number, Ivyt 120, 08N, 80N, whatever it is, and the name of the assignment. So it could be week 4, chapter 4, whatever you want to call it. And then try it 1 and the name of that try it. Okay? A lot of this stuff looks the same and it's not being properly labeled. That could also account for how it is that we did not give you credit for something that you believe you turned in. Finally, the requirement is a 1-page, double-spaced abstract for every one of the try-its and the case of. If you are submitting less than 1 full page, then that surely will affect your grade. I don't go nuts about grammar and spelling. I will note it that you need to improve on it if you're in the face-to-face class, and in the online class it could affect your grades. So make sure that you're doing the best job you can possibly do in grammar and spelling. Spell check the thing. You're on a computer, spell check it. Check everything out. If it only fills in a whole page, you know, we got a page and it only fills down to here instead of all the way down, then you have a problem. Make sure you're doing full pages on everything that you turn in, and that will keep you out of any trouble about not having done the assignment properly or with the same amount of effort that needs to be done on all of the assignments. Please stay ahead of the weekly assignments. It's on the course calendar. It tells you each week what's due, every single thing that's due. Some of you are turning in strange patterns of assignments. You'll do try it 1, 2, and 3. You won't do 4, 5, and 6, and you'll do the case of. I don't know why that is. I don't know why you think you don't have to do that. The course calendar shows you everything you have to turn in. The course calendar also alerts you to things that are coming up. For instance, saying things like you now at this point need to have your service learning project location identified. Now it later will say now you need to notify the instructor and get approval of the service learning site, and then things like that, and when you need to actually do the service learning, and then when you need to turn in the papers. Okay? Again, call me in my office if you're having any kind of problem, you have any kinds of questions. I detest having to do a whole bunch of writing when in fact we tend to be answering the same kind of question each time. So call me. We solve a lot of problems when you're on your computer and I'm looking at the same thing, and we can figure it out. Now, just so that everybody knows, on the grade sheets, I actually had somebody call me and said, my grades aren't showing, I know I turned in the stuff. The grade sheet is too wide to show you everything in one screenshot. In the lower right-hand corner, if that's the way it is, there's a little draw bar. It's a rectangular bar, and you put your cursor on it, and you move it back and forth, and that'll show you the part that you don't normally see in the screenshot. So if I let it rest when I put it online for you farthest to the right, then you're not seeing anything in the middle. You might not even see any of the assignments you've turned in. Use the drawbar on the bottom, move it back and forth, and you should see all your grades. Now, because it's before the time that the exams have to be taken and completed, some of you don't have the exam scores in for the latest exam. Don't worry about that. That'll be caught up on in the next time we post the grades. But all of the assignments that have been turned in to date should be there. So if there's something that's not there and you already have turned it in, remember I told you save all your assignments, send it to me again, and tell me what it is and why you're sending it to me again, and I will go through it, get it graded, get it posted, and everything should be okay. All right? Again, any questions, call me in my office. You have a great next week, and we'll be talking to you again. The grades are posted now as far as totally up to date. They are posted by your fantasy name. If you haven't sent me a fantasy name, then you're not going to know what grades are yours. Okay? Send me a fantasy name. So it's too late already. That's why you've been assigned a different name. But if we want to get this thing fixed, your best bet probably would be to call me, and we'll discuss the fantasy name on the phone, making sure that no one else has selected that name, and we can assign it to you on the phone. All right? See you next time. Have a good one.